Yes, well, we are unraveling an international scam involving our viewers.
It starts with this Overland Park woman who says she met a man online and eventually sent him more than $70,000 in a heartbreaking romance scheme.
And she's not alone. KCTV5 News has tracked down victims all over the United States and around the world.
Now, here's where the trail leads, from Kansas to Atlanta, Arizona, Texas, Alaska, Hawaii, over to Russia, Germany, and then South Africa. Here's investigative reporter Angie Racono.
This investigation caught the attention of police investigators who are now combing bank records. And here's how it works. The thieves target widows. A local nurse shared her story with us, and we discovered she's not alone. So we traveled to Atlanta and rural West Virginia for answers.
But there were a lot of red flags.
I thought he was just the most perfect thing God ever put on this earth, and when I found out otherwise, I was just shocked.
There was no reason for me to distrust him.
Mary Martin is an Overland Park widow looking for love. She found the most charming man on Match.com, who sent her this photo and these steamy messages.
I can't wait to hold you, hug you tight, look into your eyes, kiss you softly, and make sweet and passionate love to my queen.
Mary sent Mark money for all sorts of emergencies and then for taxes. Mary eventually realized this was all a scam.
Dear God, I feel so stupid.
Oh my gosh. You know, it went on for over a year.
I followed the trail to Atlanta and met Ann.
He started small. You know, I lost my phone and my laptop. You know, can you send me $3,000?
She also dated Mark.
I don't know why I was so trusting of him. I really don't. Other than I'm a very trusting person. So I guess that makes me the perfect victim, right?
She has never revealed to friends or family how much money she gave away.
How much money in total?
Do I have to say? I added it up. I think it's around, I mean, I have everything written down, but it's around $325,000.
You heard that right, $325,000. Her Mark looked like this. Both widows were told the same story and sent the same industrial photos and phony contract. Mark, or whoever he really is, says he's an international businessman working in South Africa. He's also a widow who finally found the woman of his dreams.
When we are finally together, please hold on tight to me. Never let me go.
Mark says he's rich, but he always seems to be in a cash crisis and needs short-term help. Just think of it as a loan. But you won't believe his bad luck.
I think I might be catching the flu. My chest doesn't feel right and I'm coughing.
Mary heard about the flu. Patty was sent pictures of an explosion where people died.
3 people were killed and 3 workers, and they wouldn't let him leave the country unless he took care of these people's families. I know, sounds completely ridiculous now. But it was always something, and I wanted him to come back to Atlanta, to me, right? And so I was facilitating that.
We uncovered financial victims all over the United States and followed the money trail. We learned Mark isn't just looking for cash, he's also looking for money mules, women who can launder his money. If you are wondering where some of Patty's money went, meet Deb from Arizona.
And he ended up depositing almost $200,000 into my bank account at Wells Fargo.
Deb says she was tricked into being Mark's money mule.
Baby, I need your help. He said, I've got cash coming in, but I need to deposit it into an account in the States and have somebody act as an agent for me there and pay my bills. I said, okay.
Deb sent Patty's money all over the world, but mostly South Africa. Here's the face of her international boyfriend. He went by Isaac. Remember, this is all connected through finances. And Isaac would screw up and sign off as Mark. Then he'd blame that darn autocorrect. Are you getting confused yet? Good. That's what's supposed to happen. So when someone like Detective Lance Jordan starts digging, it's a mess.
There is kind of an intricate network oftentimes of different accounts, different methods of sending money.
Jordan says it's tough to catch these kind of crooks.
It's very time consuming. Oftentimes by the time you figure out where the money's gone, it's already been to the next step or several steps ahead of you. It's usually possible to find out where the money eventually goes. Getting it back, though, is another matter. It's usually gone by the time you find out where it is.
And that's what happened here. Mary sent money to Ann and others. Ann wired a whole lot of money to Deb, and then Deb sent it around the world. Our first report aired in February. A viewer recognized Mark.
So we have traveled more than 800 miles to West Virginia because the man you see in this photo appears to be the bad guy. But we realize he could be a victim too.
I hear this, but this is bad news.
This man was stunned to learn he's the face of an international romance scam.
I'm appalled, shocked. When you're out there in Facebook and you're trying to be a good person, you put who you are out there, and then it could be turned to hurt somebody. That's bad.
Detective Jordan confirms the financial trail never leads to West Virginia or this man. It all heads overseas. All the women agree this man is not the person who scammed them. He has a completely different voice. This husband and grandfather is another victim in a complicated scheme where crooks want your face, your help, but mostly they want your life savings.
To throw away that kind of money, our security, my retirement, the self-loathing is very difficult to deal with.
Here's what's really terrible. Ann and the other women are worried about taxes. Ann drained her investments, so she's stuck with a tax bill. Angie Racono, KCTV5 News.
It's as if once these people get scammed, it just keeps, they keep continuing to have bad luck.
Right. And
they feel bad about it. It's a terrible situation.
And the cycle continues.
It does, yeah.